Hello and welcome to this quick Stormworks video. I just wanted to make a suggestion video. I've seen some going around, such as 45SS Gaming and Builds, quite a mouthful, but he makes a ton of good suggestion videos about the game, and you know, everyone seems to appreciate those, so I figured I'd make my own video with some reasonable ideas. About 800 hours. I'm also a also a computer science student, so these are things that I believe would be practical to implement into the game in a manner that the devs could do without much trouble. So let's get right into it. My first suggestion would be to add thermal cameras. Now, we've seen some suggestions about thermal cameras. The way I would suggest that the devs to do this on the back end is we have radar, for example. So let's just go with my little radar test stand here. We have radar on the back end, and you can have radar like this that's static, that I suppose I can show it better in here, that allows you to increase your pitch angle, your FOV, and your, well, mainly your FOV. So the way they could do this on the back end is use this system, which presumably like raycasts a cone out and sees if there are any contacts within that raycast. Instead of using that for a radar, they could use it for this and a camera. And if it intersects, if a raycast from the camera, such like the radar, if it intersects with any vehicles or anything like that, it would simply add a highlight on the screen for the camera. So if we have the screen here, let's say there's a vehicle out there, then it could just simply display a highlight over that, and everything else could be black and white and just faded back in color. And then if it's a vehicle and it intersects, it could just be a different color. I don't foresee that being very difficult. It's just the motivation needs to be there to get it done, I think. My next suggestion, cameras. So when it comes to, let me grab a vehicle where I can demo. So we have a basic anti-air platform here. And if we go inside and we go to the gunnery seat, you can see we have this fairly low resolution monitor, and that can be resolved by zooming in on stuff that you want to view. But I mean, that's not always the best, and like this is on the highest detail for the monitors. I forget where that is. Monitor quality high. So this is the highest quality the monitors will go. And my suggestion simply was that if you're in a seat, say you could have a seat like the pilot seats, like if we grab a seat here, compact pilot seat, and you go in the selection, as a hat, you could put like VR headset, and it would show up on here like the mask. And when you go to sit down in the seat, instead of, I'm not going to sit in that one, but we're going to just go back to the seat. When you sit down in the seat, it will move your player's camera. Instead of being in your body, it will move it to where the camera is. And then any HUD elements that players have projected onto the camera, with it, it will display on their screen. So like this would be in the top left of my screen, and that would be in the top left of my screen, for example. Or in the top right. And what you could do is just have a simple camera, like video input into the seat, like this. And that should be fairly simple to do. I think it is possible. They already have a framework for zooming in like this, so the camera zoom like controls for that can probably get done to the player as well. And it's really simple. They just need to unparent the camera from the player's head and put it where the actual camera is, and just have it view from that direction. This would be so useful for space DLC things, for weapon DLC things, for firefighting even. I thought of one more thing that I think Stormworks needs, and I needed to switch games to actually show you it, because Stormworks doesn't currently have this feature. So let me show you what I'm talking about as soon as we spawn in. So what I'm talking about is the sort of locked view that you have with the vehicles in this game. This game's called War Thunder, and I'm sure a lot of you viewers have played this before, posted about it quite a bit. But essentially, instead of the complete free look that we have in Stormworks, where you can like turn and look all the way behind your head, like I just did, instead this is the locked field of view that you have. This is the extent of it. And this means that you get a mouse aim mode that doesn't completely throw your camera like off to the side just to turn. Now I know that is possible already with microcontrollers, but what I would like to see is a way to lock your view forward, so lock your head in the sort of FOV. Again, that could be a type of seat, you know, that could be anything really. And then have a key which is called free look, which allows you to do this. It could be linked to the seat, for example. It could be a button on the seat, or it could be some sort of controls in the menu. But just something more War Thunder-esque when it comes to the mouse control and the mouse aim is something that I think a lot of players would like to see when it comes to ground and air combat, when it comes to, you know, the weapons DLC stuff. Sector control is a big thing in Stormworks right now, I think. So yeah, this is a good feature that I think they should invest in. This game's free, by the way. If the devs want to log in into War Thunder and try the feature that they have here in this game, I would highly recommend it, so they can see, you know, what I'm kind of talking about. And those are the suggestions that I have. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was easy to get through. Yeah, have a good one.